What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome, or should I say, welcome again to all of you for more of Pillars of Eternity and Nero. Thank you very, very much for that follow. I do appreciate it, man. You're awesome. Thank you very, very much for that. Holy shit. Let's get going, guys. Let's get the show on the road. So yeah, we're going to be exploring more of the Durford area. And also, we will go, well, I think we were even in Defiance Bay again, because I have 2 quests to turn in. Maybe even grab a new quest from the dozens. And yeah, we'll see where that takes us. I'm pumped! Emberus, what's up, man? I hope you had a great day today. Ericless, how are you doing, dude? How are you doing? Let's shut up the music for a second. There we go. And let's jump into the game, shall we? Here we go. Whew! Man, coffee is good. Even in the evening, coffee is good. Coffee is, like, always good. So, yeah, guys, what did you do today? Like, during the interlude? Did you, I don't know, sleep, eat, go outside, maybe? Maybe you were lucky, because here it's raining like crazy. Although, right now it's not raining anymore, but it's pretty chill outside and gray and wet. Very wet. Loading up my game as well. Not much time left before Deadfire. Oh, I know, dude. I know. I'm going as fast as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I don't even know how long this game is. I don't know if I'm making good time or if I'm like way too slow or way too fast. I have no idea. Yes, I did, Ericless. Yes, I did. Oh, I sure did. Quick save. So yeah, we're back into Defiance Bay. So for you, Ericless, you won't see much of a difference because that's pretty much where we were last time you watched the stream. But we actually did quite a bit this morning. Like sincerely, we did a ton of stuff this morning. It was kind of crazy. Like we explored. Hold on, let me open up the map. I'll show you. Hey, Care! What's up, buddy? How you doing? So, okay, let's take a look at this for a second, guys. So, we explored today, this morning, Ericless. We explored, well, that we already did. So, we explored this completely, this pretty much completely, this completely. We're up to here, essentially. Yeah. And when I say this completely and that completely, I include the massive dungeon that's underneath these 2 zones. So we did all of that today. And right now we're going to go to the dozens to turn in the quest that we had. And then we'll go straight to... we still don't have a quest to go to Lumdala's house. I don't even know what this is. And then we have to go to Brackenbury, I think. Yeah, Brackenbury to turn in another quest. Talking about PoE all the time and never played it. Give me a quick rundown as to why I should play it. J-Beef, why you should play it. Are you a fan of pen and paper RPGs? Like, are you, like, did that ever interest you ever before? Like Dungeons and Dragon, Shadowrun, that kind of stuff? Because this game is not exactly, you know, it's not the same rule as D&D, but it's pretty darn close. It is a heavy story-driven RPG. It is made in the old style of gaming that we used to have way back when with games like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale. You play a ton of RPGs, also a metric butt ton of, of Diablo. Well, it's unlike Diablo. It's not like it's not an action RPG per se. It's more like almost turn-based. So when you start into a fight, you can press pause at any point, and then you can issue actions for any of your characters. So it's like, think of it like as a mix between like a game like Diablo, where we have like lots of monsters, lots of exploring to do, with a lot more text to read than a Diablo game. But think of the combat, like, take what Diablo is and bring it closer to what, like, I don't know, XCOM is-ish. And somewhere in between these two, I feel like that's where this type of game falls in. So it's not exactly like a movie character tactically, like, there's not a range of where I can move during a turn or anything, but it's pretty darn close to that. But it's more active than Diablo, for sure. You know what? If you're interested in that kind of game and you're not sure about Pillars, because if you want like something that's like this but toned down, you might want to try Tyranny. It's from the same makers. It feels very much like this, but they removed a lot of the like extra tiny little detail you got to pay attention to when you're fighting stuff, and it's a little bit more streamlined. So you might find that game more enjoyable as a starter type of the game, and then move on to like Pillars and Pillars 2. I think that would be a good idea. I started with Tyranny before playing this game, and it was cool to get you introduced to it, because like a lot of the stats of the characters that I have, like all of these and like all these stats here, and I gotta pay attention to like a bunch of information. There's a lot to read. In Tyranny, it's streamlined, so there's you only need to focus on certain things, and that's it. Like they really made it a lot easier for people to get into it. Still a lot of reading, still the same kind of fighting, just less complicated. Finding out that I'm not good at all at combat in Tyranny. Really, I found Tyranny so freaking easy. In comparison to this, it was ridiculous. Like, it was a lot easier than this, and I still find this easy. On Tyranny, I was playing on the hard, and I regret it. I should have played on Path of the Damned, because that game was way, way, way easy. At first, it was hard, because you're building your characters and stuff, but at some point, you just become so overpowered. Because, well, depending on what you do, but I do everything. Like, I do every single side quest there is, and I find, like, all the objects that I can find in every map and stuff. So, like, I ended up being pretty darn powerful. Like, the last bosses of the game died like that. It was that easy.
What?
Any best tip? Well, it's kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard to say. Like, what's your party composition? What I had was the lady water mage thingy. I forgot the name. Tidecaster, I think, is what they are. I had the guy that's a scribe, like the healer, and I spec'd him as a healer. I spec'd him as a healer. I spec'd the Tidecaster as a pure mage, so she had like only attack spells and only like every single attack spells under the sun that she could have. Mostly AoEs. I was a ranger, so I was fighting from a distance, and I had the tank, the guy in his armor. I forgot his name. Barak. Cali Gold. Thank you so much for that, host. Do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Verse, Lentry, Barak. You're a two-handed guy. So see, I would remove Verse, and I would take the Tidecaster woman if you have her in your group. If you have her. If you don't have her yet, it's fine. But as soon as you get her, I would give her like all the AoE spells, and with her AoE, you'll be able to control a lot of the environment. Every fight is going to turn into your playground, essentially. It's going to be super easy. Not to say that there's not other combinations that work, but I found that having her around changed the world to me. Because every time I was like, oh, these guys are sensible to that kind of magic. Well, she had every single type of magic and all AoEs. So I could just spam in the group like tons and tons of AoEs, and everybody was just melting. It was amazing. I think her name is Ebb. Like spelled EBB. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What else do you need? Well, I give him the tarnished Ingwithan weapons. I've brought the weaponry you were looking for.
They're old, all right. But this isn't what I was expecting. I don't suppose you figured out what was supposed to make them so special.
You frowned as he surveys the bundle of weapons. The Ingwithan used to fill them with fragments of their own essence. Beast take them. He stares at a rusted weapon in horror and disgust. If I'd known, I'll see that someone dispose of this perversion. Seems like a reasonable reaction to finding cultural artifacts you don't understand.
At least I don't have to waste any more expeditions on this. If the Knights make a move, we'll just have to face them down with old-fashioned deer wood and metal.
Hopefully you can avoid any conflict. He folds his arm. If they ask for trouble, we'll be there to answer. Speaking of the Knights, is Art back to you? I hear you had a run-in with a patrol at Stormwall Gorge. Nothing I couldn't handle. He looks you clear in the eye. Might be I send them your way. Needed them to turn their attention away from the city for a while. Now they'll be doubling and tripling those patrols. There's a reckoning coming when this hearing ends. Folks have had it with the legacy. They've had it with soul butchers angering the gods. If the Duke won't stop him, I'll be the effigy if the good people of Durwood don't see to it ourselves. And the dozens lead the charge. If they're charging on Brackenbury Sanitarium, there's always the hope that they stay there for a while. The Knights are with the Duke on this one. If he decides wrong, they'll be in our way. I'm just making preparations. A lopsided grin spreads across his face. I knew you'd do well. Don't hold it against me. You know, the Knights started a lot like you. Mind that you don't turn into them. He snorts. You can be sure of that. I was granted what? Mob justice? He slaps you on the shoulder. Anyway, I owe you one. I want you to take my old warbow. It's a trusty piece, but I won't be sniping in the shadows when Defiance Bay has need of us. No hard feelings, I hope. If there's anything else... If there's anything I else can do for you, just let me know. That's the weird way to write that. I've gained Cloud Piercer. Farewell. What is mob justice? Roatai merchant ship was sunk by Aedaran pirates of the eastern coast of Red Ceres. Before the ship collapsed into the waves, the pirates made off with a variety of precious treasures, many of which were experimental animency, implements or nautical devices intended for Defiance Bay and Spirento. The concerned would-be recipients of the cargo are discreetly inquiring about potential help. Their hope is to recover the shipments before the pirates learn the value of what they've taken. Send him. Let's do the farm. What did I just got? Is it like a trait, maybe? I got mob justice. What the hell is that? It's a talent. It's a passive. +5 accuracy when attacking the same target as an ally. It doesn't know how to deal with enemies. Gang up on them with everyone you've got. Now you know too. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Wait, doesn't it have another quest for us? I thought it would give me quests and stuff to like go in adventures. Aw, that's kind of sad. We need someone to help us seek an audience with the Duke, but the dozens are a little more than a mob. Mobs are easy to steer if you know how to lead them. They value their independence, but like any group, they'll rally behind someone when the time comes.
Spoken like one of my countrymen. I can only hope you're as smart as you think you are. If not, we'll be facing down the torches together.
Okay. So we need to talk with the Duke now, apparently. That sounds interesting. What did we get? We had a quest to get something, and we did get it. But who do we bring it back to? No. Oh! Oh yeah. Where's she? I don't know where she is. I forgot. Magrin. I think it's the Ducal Palace. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, like, when you side with a group, they just give you quests afterwards, you know? Because now it just feels like I sided with a group, they give me, like, one quest to go get one thing, and that's it. It's a bit sad. A little bit sad. Okay. Let's go to the Ducal Palace, because that's where we need to be. For two things anyway. We need to talk to get an audience with the Duke, and we also need to give the lady at the chapel stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said they were expanding on that in the sequel. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I read the same article, Ericlus. I read the same thing. First fires. No, I have not, Care. I have not. I have yet to build the thing. See, I wanted to build like everything else and then build the Warden's Lodge and then do those quests. Because I figured I wasn't strong enough yet anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should build that next. After I'm done with the forum. Right. So in here, Firga.
Good day, stranger.
Present the burning stones. I journeyed to Searing Falls myself. This is what I found there. She takes the stone in her hands and gasps. By the flame! Do you know what this is? It's a fragment of the Godhammer bomb. Yes! She turns it in her hands, the very weapon that Magrin herself helped us build to defeat Wydwin in the Saints' War. She turns the stone in her hands, gazing into its bright glow. It's weird saying it right in front of you like that. Before it was just stories, never seemed real. Yet her mouth twists into a frown, and the orange light carves deep shadow across her face. So why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? Her knuckles whiten as she tightens her fingers around the stone. I want to answer this. But I don't want to, you know, make her sad. Oh, we'll go with that. Magrin is the goddess of trials, and yet you sent me to pursue this vision she gave to you. You proved yourself faithless. Her expression cracks in anguish. Was it a test, or just evidence of what Magrin already knew? She tucks the rock away. I think I suspected, but I kept hoping for a different answer. Everyone's trials come. There is no avoiding it. To avoid it is to fight it. Her weakness shows plain as the relics glow. She may have worn the robes of Magrin, but she never followed her. Lost in the darkness, this one. Do not forget what it looks like. She looks sadly at the empty-handed statue. This is the true burden of our faith. Not a goddess challenge, but her absence, her silence. or the answer that reveals your own hollow convictions. She holds her hands in front of her. It would take weeks still to appoint a suitable successor. In the meantime, I'll serve the people as best I can. That's kind of sad. She sighs again. Wait here a moment. She disappears and quickly returns with something in her hand. I'm no longer fit to wield this, but perhaps it can serve you. Besides, I do owe you some thanks for the service you've performed. Thank you. What did I just get? Whoa! Unforgiven. Exceptional. Wait. Wait. Hold on. What's the difference between this and that? Compare? Oh, this, because it heals itself. It heals him. Which I would lose if I take Unforgiven. But the damage is... well, it's slightly better. It's not really that much. Actually, the damage is less on this one. See, because I got the 15% damage and I'm this close to it. As soon as I get higher, I'll get even better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is exceptional, and even then, these seem to be pretty close. So if I upgrade Gaunt Share, it's just gonna overcome this one. Although, 10% damage as burn, and then 25% burn damage. So it's 35% total. Whereas this one only has 25%. Gaunt Share is safer, but you're right, Hippofan. You're right. It's probably better. Unforgiven is probably stronger. But Gaunt Share is safer, for sure. I think I'm going to keep both. I'll have him use Unforgiven, and whenever I feel like we're in too deep shit, I'll just switch to Gaunt Share, just so he has the heal. What is a dragon? So I could go either slaying or legendary later on. Or superb, you know, like something... yeah, but I mean, like, what kind of... is it a primordial? Is it a beast? Is it considered to be a wilder? I think it's a beast, maybe? You know what? I'm stupid. I know this. Wait, it doesn't say? Why doesn't it say? Shouldn't it say somewhere? Like, just... oh, yes. Heracles, you're right. Yes, beast. Cool. So... can I remove enchantments? Like, can I erase one enchantment with another? You know, like go from fine to like, you know, legendary, for example. I'm wondering. Okay, let's give it beasts. Jolting touch and critical hits. Interesting. But it's only once. I also don't use bows, so it's fine. Cool. Oh, gotcha, Ericlus. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. He's like, wait, what am I doing right now? Who the hell am I? How do I get an audience with the Duke?
Good day, stranger.
I'm not established enough still. I mean, obviously the Duke is here. Okay. We'll go to Cleoban Relag then. Screw this. Too bad. All dragons are beasts. Okay, cool. Because those things are pretty hard to kill, man. I'd rather be prepared, you know? Emirates, what I would do is I would have Barrick go first. And I would put your character on the same line. Like I would do a custom formation like I did here. And I would put like your tank way ahead and your entire group back. And then your main character will just naturally, as soon as the fighting starts, move himself into the fight, into the fray, and then he'll just attack, like he'll just DPS essentially. He'll do what he's supposed to be doing, which is off-thinking and DPSing. He's not supposed to be in the fray taking a beating as hard as your tank. So your tank should always be the first one so that enemies gather around him, and then your character walks in and then starts DPSing in their backs, or, you know, off-thinking that one-off dude that's out of the pack, you know? That's the way I would do it. I would also focus fire a lot. Like I would tell your backline to focus fire like enemies that are low health. Like it would just be like, finish that guy off, you know, just so that they're removed from the fight and they don't over damage your guys. My AI is pretty much the same as this, I'm pretty sure. Which was, hold on.
There.
I'm pretty sure it resembles this in the game. I'm not certain, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I put them on like aggressive AI.
Yeah.
Don't put them on like defense, because you don't want him to only fight enemies that attack them specifically. You want him to be proactive a little bit more. Oh yeah, focus fire is like the first thing you need to focus on. It's so important, because if you don't focus fire, your enemies still do the same output of damage whether they are at 1 HP or like max HP. So it doesn't matter. Like a half dead enemy